couple seconds for all the viewers to come in. I'm getting some type of feedback. So if someone else has two audio systems on or something like that.
All right, hold on. Maybe it's me.
Okay. Okay, whatever just happened, I think it's gone. Nope, it's still there. I just heard it again.
All right, hold on. All right, that should do it.
Okay. All right, Remy, let's take it away.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Come one, come all to the National Blitz League's presentation of the cage match. This evening's cage match will be between Cameron Tolliver, and we all know what Cameron has been doing in the cage matches. He's been a beast, and he has a new challenger, and this time it's Timothy Donnahue. Both of them are candidate masters, and we're looking for a good match. Now, these guys have met up in the past, and actually, Cameron has gotten the better of Timmy over the board. So we know that Timothy is going to come out tonight, aka the Terminator, ready to show who's really the boss. And we know that Cameron is going to want to keep up his steady pace of giving it to the CCB. Who's going to prevail? Only time will tell. We look forward to seeing both of these gentlemen play. Maybe we can get some comments from them before they start. Hey guys, can you all hear us?
All right, they said the chat is saying they can hear you. I'm not sure if you were directing that question at Cam and Tim, were you?
All right, guys, can you hear me? Cam, Tim, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just want to get a couple of comments from you guys before you get started. How are you guys feeling for the match?
Feeling good. Feeling good.
Nice. Tim, are you coming in feeling like you have something to prove?
Oh yeah.
Nice. And what about you, Cam? Is this just business as usual? Are you just gonna stick it to the CCB like you've been doing it, or this is just another day?
I mean, this is like a final boss, you know. I mean, if I beat Tim, I mean, I don't know who else you guys can put up, you know, besides like.
Nice, Cam. That's what we're talking about. This is going to be a very live match. So we're looking forward to some blood being splattered, and we're looking for a lot of people have a lot riding on you all's match. There's been a lot been thrown across, so we're looking forward to some good action. We're going to leave you guys to it.
All right, gentlemen. So today's match will be a total of 21 games. The first 11 will be blitz games. The second half of 10 games will be all bullet 1-0. And you will have a timeout apiece in the duration of the match. You can take it at any point that you feel the need to take a break, and then there will be an automatic 5-minute break at the intermezzo or the between portion. So once we're done with the blitz, you guys will have a 5-minute break right there, but you only get one timeout apiece. Besides that, any questions for us?
Sounds good.
All right, so we had a great pregame debate interview. Stephen Jennings was representing Tim Donnahue of Chicago Chess Blitzers, and we had D. Wildman representing Cam. Check that out on YouTube at the National Blitz League YouTube page when you get a chance. But gentlemen, whenever you're ready, we're going to mute our mics so that you guys cannot hear us, but the audience will be able to hear you. And good luck to the best to both of you.
Good luck.
One of you all send a challenge, and then we're following the games already. So once you guys start, we'll be able to see. All right. Let's get Remy on the audio of the other one.
All right, can you get me? You got me?
I got you, Remy. Okay.
All
so
right,
we're
there
live.
we go. Man, that was a great debate earlier, is what I was saying. It was a great debate earlier, but now this is no longer debate. This is the real deal right here. Cam has been coming prepared for these matches, but Timmy likes to prepare too, and I think that's what we got from both gentlemen in their commentary. Oh, look at this!
Yeah,
look
you
at
gotta be
setup.
careful of knight D3.
Tactics are missed.
Yep. This is a classic position that I use in one of my strategies as I play for the Budapest. White actually cannot even play knight to F3 either, because if he plays, that's just a free knight. And then, of course, you have to avoid. Okay, so, yep, pawn push. It looks like Black is going to take the clear advantage here. He's going to have to open up his king. King safety is very key. But he has to respond to this knight as well.
Cam is just showing a good feel for the position. It's obvious that he's not prepared for this as his time is running low. However, he's feeling away the position really, really well. This is a favor of Tim as the time is indicating. Can Cameron
And Tim,
recover?
that was a slip, Remy. He instead of playing bishop f5, he has to go bishop to g4. Is much more
Ooh,
active, and you
and
want
then
him to
stick
take
the
that
bishop
pawn.
right there on e2, right?
Absolutely. If he goes fianchetto, but if he takes the pawn, you just queenside castle, and I think the tactics will be just too grand. So he missed
Oh
his hit.
man,
Yeah.
he missed a nice little hit there. He still looks like he has the initiative, and he's up on the clock. Cameron, when in most of his matches, Cameron was up on the clock before, so it's obvious that Tim came with some opening prep and gave him a little something he wasn't ready for. But Cameron is
Yeah.
showing,
White is navigating this though.
resilience.
Yeah. White is navigating this position. I didn't like it, but the way that Black has played, I think they might have misplayed it, and White seems like they're getting their bearings.
Yeah, Tim got a nice 40-second lead. Let's see what he can do with it if he can maintain it. He is trying to make moves that keep up the pressure. I like the way he's dominating the D file and supporting that pawn. That pawn is going to be a thorn, yeah, and if not able to be addressed. I like the flexible spot for the bishop. Timmy's showing nice prowess with his pieces, putting them on good squares. I love harmony between the pieces, and usually you get harmony when your pieces are centralized.
Absolutely. Now this pawn is weak. So I'm assuming White's game plan has to just be to stack on the d3 pawn, put the other rook behind it, maybe knight to e1, and I don't know if the pawn can be held.
The pawn can't be held. However, to attack that pawn is going to take a few moves, and in the meantime, Black should be able to create some more targets. Exactly. So
there's some spatial advantages here, Remy. I don't know. It pushes the bishop back, but notice that the f5 push also gave up this key e5 square. So now if the knight tries to retreat, it might not be the best, but I think he has enough on the pawn already. He might not even need to send the knight back.
Exactly, and because White had to make some concessions, there's some weaknesses in White's camp that Black should be able to take advantage of.
White is pushing here. Way down on time though. He has over a minute differential of the clock. Okay, now this, I think I have to now give the initiative clearly to White.
Well, what about Bishop b5? I'm sorry, what about Bishop g5? Bishop g5 pins the rook, right?
It does. Yep, and he found it. Is there a saving grace
advantage? And Black has a extreme advantage here. A minute up on the clock plus an exchange.
He gets the block on f4. He found it.
He does. He does get the block.
Double pawns though is not definitely not what he wanted.
Yeah, he's got. I like taking the bishop and then going after that weak pawn.
Yeah, there's a few little nuances that I think Tim really missed in this game. So he's gonna have to see those nuances if he's gonna secure today's victory.
Yeah, it would have been nice and easy. Take it, hit it, and then he would have had some nice easy targets.
Absolutely.
In a blitz game, especially when the time is low, it's really nice when you have easy targets and you can make easy, quick moves. That's what I plan on doing to Lamel Mack in a week or so.
Yeah, I mean he definitely would have had the H pawn isolated, the F pawn would have had a double isolated, the D5 would have had it, so it was a very easy end game. But to leave this structure now, he finds a tactic.
Little shot.
Okay, so White goes
shot.
down. He can resign.
Game 1 to Tim.
All right, good game. So that's 1-0. King Levine, that's Lamel Mack. He's laughing at you, Remy. He put the emoji in the chat.
He won't be laughing. He won't be laughing long.
Now this is what, when I was hosting the pregame debate, Remy, this is what I was talking about. These guys have played at CAGmatch twice out of the 4 games that they played prior to today's match, and I was shocked because this is vintage Cameron, but he lost all of these games against Tim when they played it in the NBL arenas.
Very interesting. I remember I heard that argument that you brought up. D. Wildman said he wasn't really concerned because now you see this move here. I don't like where the knight is. I don't see a future for the knight, and the bishop and the queen is taking the f3 square away. So in these positions, White often ends up having to take a lot of time to try to reposition his pieces because there's no harmony.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, I've beaten Tim's tail a lot of times in these positions, so he should be able to navigate it a little bit.
Hasn't he learned then? Yeah. Why hasn't he learned? Why hasn't he learned to do what's right?
You know, if you're a member of the Chicago Chess Blitzers, you know you have to go through the ringer. So don't think it's a love loss. This is just how we train each other. You got to go get your lumps
That's true.
if you're gonna be
That
a
is true.
CCB member.
Well, Tim has found a way to put all his pieces on good squares. He solved the problem of the bad knight, and it doesn't seem like he lost any time doing it. And black has a few holes around his king, and it looks like Tim is finding a way to shore it up. I like his rook lift, bringing the other rook over.
But you know what, Remy? This is probably one of the most important parts of today's match for me, because I think that the ratings are so close, the styles are so similar, that it's really going to come down to who can navigate the end game the best. And when you
Yes.
look at, thank you, baby girl. When you look at how this end game is played, this will be a sign of how the bullet portion will go, because that's when I think the end game is going to matter the most.
Yes. I like the way Tim is not trading pieces and taking the easy route. He's keeping the pressure up on Cameron. And I think that that's good to understand your opponent's style as well.
But
Although
Remy, it makes
Cameron
me
is still in
nervous.
position.
When you avoid trading pieces, that usually means that you feel the other person has a favorable end game. So that makes me nervous, because I'm looking to see who has the end game, and the fact that he's avoiding trading means that he has some caution on his side.
That's one way to look at it. You can also take the Super GM Grandmaster Topolov's approach. Topolov refused to trade pieces because he always wanted complications on the board. And I think Tim likes complication. And I think he knows that about his opponent. His opponent likes simple positions that are easy. And we saw that when he was able to find nice, favorable positions against Stephen Jennings, he's not letting him do that here. And it's showing on the clock.
Remy, I have one question. Did Topolov win a world championship?
He did not.
Okay.
He did not. But he's still a super GM, and he won many chess matches.
The most famous game that I'm familiar with Topolov on is when he got 17 move force mate by Kasparov. That's his glory to fame.
He did, but let me tell you this: he didn't become a super GM.
That's
nothing.
Very true. I'm just.
And he was a title contender. He at least contended for the title match. But he went down in flames to my hero, Grandmaster Kramnik.
So it looks like the chat. Now be careful, chat, because I see Disco Stevie says Tim endgame is way better. I see Quentin Tanksley. He says today's match is going to be a sweep for Terminator. Now looking at past history, guys, every time you guys have come into this chat saying that something was going to be a landslide, it always turned out that it was a lot closer than what you guys said. So you guys are making me nervous by saying Tim is going to sweep this. And they're saying I'm inaccurate. They're saying that 2005 National Master William Airmill says FIDE Topolov was world champion. Dritten says he was world champion. All right, maybe I'm wrong. I never thought he won the title.
I don't remember. I don't remember Topolov being a world champion. I don't remember him ever. Let me look up those stats.
Yeah,
I don't remember him ever winning the world championship title match. I know he.
Because remember, Kasparov held it for 20 years, so that's a big chunk. Carlsen held it for the next, till time.
Well,
recent.
Kramnik
did a little bit.
had it for a little while.
And that's only because his teacher. I know you love Kramnik, but that's only because his teacher was being kind and generous. So let's put that out there.
Well, Kramnik,
look at this real quick, Remy. Got a G3 push.
Oh my gosh!
And now there's some problems
here.
The rook cannot come over to take it because the rook falls here.
This is not good. This is not. Whenever you have to put your bishop back to D1 where the queen square was, it's never a good sign.
Ooh,
Cameron Tolliver has spanked that
queen
booty
F2 mate.
In this match here.
Ouch.
Mate.
So that is a 1-1.
I turned my head for 1 second, and just like music has turned the tables 1-1. What a match. All right, let's look up some information here real quickly here. And let's see, when did Topolov win a world championship match? I remember you had Kasparov, then Kramnik took it from him, then Anand took it from him, and then Carlsen took it from him. So where did...
Yeah, research this, man, because everybody's jumping and dogpiling on God. And even now, if Professor Daddy says, get ready to say you're sorry, we might be in some trouble because this dude is a real chess history buff. So I'm going to assume that maybe I'm wrong because Gopal is the man when it comes to that type of stuff.
Oh, wow. He was the FIDE world champion from 2005 to 2006.
Okay.
And it looks like it looks like he lost this title against Vladimir Kramnik. Now, this is what may have happened. There may have been a unification match. I remember there was a time when FIDE was split, and that happened with, it was Cameron. And so there may have been 2 titles, and there may have been a unification match. So Topalov may have been a champion simultaneously while there was another champion, and then he may have lost the unification match. That may be what this is, because so it does look like, yes,
now that
he
you
was
say
a world
that,
champion.
I do remember that, Remy. You're 100% correct. I think that's
and yes, he was a world champion. So Topalov, so I'd like you to say you're sorry to me now.
I stand corrected, sir. I stand corrected.
Yes, sir.
No, wait. You agree with me. We're saying sorry to the fans that are in the chat.
I had inaccurate information, but that's why we have the chat. The chat is there to keep us honest and to make sure that I'm always right. They're verifying my information. Topalov loves to keep pieces on the board for these types of situations. Now, sometimes you have a strong player and he can just navigate various positions, just like music. Now, this is where we need Professor Daddy, because his opening experience could help me here. There's, I want to say that this is a line and I'm sure that Tim in his preparation got this line, maybe possibly from Professor Daddy. I've seen this line before in I've seen it in a couple of Gopal's games.
And this is the second game with Black where Tim is just really putting his foot on the gas, and Cam is finding himself in some real trouble.
Oh, beautiful find.
Yeah.
I love the Bishop A6 move.
But what's the answer here, though?
And he doesn't have to move the knight. He does not have to move the knight. I think Queen E7 bringing the pressure over. I did not necessarily like. I liked adding pressure. I don't necessarily like the F5 push, because I think it allows the squares.
The light squares are definitely weak, but remember, White has no light square bishop, so the risk may be minimal. But this is what
here's where
no. Yeah, this is what I didn't want.
Yeah, you lose some initiative here. I think Queen E2 previously would have allowed G5, allowed him to push G5 and get some additional pressure in there. But he is still ahead on the clock. I think he just needs to bring the knight back, to C5, and Black is still doing okay.
And now Professor Daddy says, I got the idea from Vladimir
This is not good. He lost a piece. What Professor Daddy said, what now?
Who lost a piece? Oh, he did. Okay. He said he got the concept from Vladimir Georgi, perhaps the world's leading specialist in this King's Indian defense with Bishop F5.
I've seen it. I knew I had seen it before, and it's what I like about it is many people don't understand the. Ouch!
Yeah,
this is
collapsing. This is collapsing very fast.
Oh my God!
He has the C4 push. Oh,
yeah. Look at the way Cam just feels a way to put his pieces on good squares. There's such harmony with the pieces, and here again,
what?
Ouch!
He had the C4 push. Why not push it?
Well, see, this is the thing. Yeah, Cameron's going to make it nice and easy for himself. He's down on time, and sometimes when you're down on time, to play a position that's easy is better than to play a position that's accurate. Cameron can still win this game very, very easily with just 23 seconds on the clock. One strategy will be to queen that pawn. And look, he doesn't even have to. Tim resigns because of the overwhelming pawn coming down that F-file.
All right, that is 2-1. All of you people that were in the chat, I told you, every time you guys do this, things get a little hectic.
And I would like everybody to take a moment just to look at Cameron's face. He has had that same look since before the match started. He hasn't changed. His focus is ridiculous. But Tim doesn't look really concerned. So let's see what happens here.
All right, so okay, I gotta go back just a little bit.
He's going all out. He's going for the macho pseudo attack.
Another Karakhan. And so he's definitely going opposite.
I like to be 3. I don't know if Tim's going to be able to mount a successful attack because he's allowing too much counter on the queen side here.
Absolutely. So let me, I'm the Caricon specialist. So knock me in.
Okay,
Let me put my lab coat on. All right.
please.
So I get the king side attack. This is a vintage grandmaster tactic. Castle opposite, push pawns on the opposite side, right? Who can break through first? But when you play the variation where you capture on the knight on f6, like he did with his white knight in the beginning of the game, it just gives him a fortified king side because he has an extra pawn as defense. So now you have this knight on f8. It's going to be very, 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 very difficult for white to break through this. The only thing that would help white to win this is if, like Tim is doing, where he's initiating the attack, but black isn't counterattacking. And that's what I think is happening here. I don't see black pushing these A file and B file pawns.
He doesn't need to. Cameron just finds a way to put his pieces on beautiful squares. And here again, we find Tim losing an exchange. And this is not the type of position where you want to lose an exchange. And now I'm all for giving up an exchange. I know when we had Professor Daddy here before, he didn't like what I was saying about unbalanced positions. But this is the type of position where you do not want your pieces on these squares in an unbalanced position.
I gotta say this one, Remy. In the chat we have Flaneur68. I'm assuming that's Dave. Franklin, he says, y'all CCB bedwetters need to chill. Tim's got this. He called us CCB bedwetters. I mean, we panic at him for no reason. That's pretty funny.
I like that. Somebody needs to get Franklin in a cage match.
Yeah, he's overdue for one, man.
Somebody's got to get him in a cage match, man. I don't know how he's escaped the cage.
Yeah, Nathan Kelly, I'm assuming you're somewhere nearby. Please, let's see Mr. Franklin wrangle with some bears. I think he's long overdue, and the fans definitely want to see that. Okay, so we got 3 hits on this d4 pawn, tying up white to defend. I'm just a little curious.
Cameron is putting his pieces on good squares. There's nice harmony, and he's just trying to poke, and he just wants to get a little tickle in there, and he's trying to find. I like this. I like one idea.
I don't think either one of them know what to do. I think they're both kind of flustered.
I like the idea of putting the knight on.
Oh, Tim, what are you doing?
Ow!
What?
Oh! Oh!
Oh my God!
He forked him. He forked him up. He forked him way up.
And like I said in the Steve match,
he forked him up.
Cam is not missing moves. I don't know why these guys.
He's not missing moves. Man, Tim is forked.
That's 3-1.
My gosh. And Cameron just looks, and see, I love this variation that Tim is playing. I like it, but it just seems that maybe he doesn't quite have a full understanding of when he gets the advantage, what to do with it.
He does get a little flustered.
He had a very nice position. He had Cameron tied up. He was up on time last time he had this one from the black side, but he just did not know what to do with it. Black has here created a very nice light squared pawn chain, and this is very strong in the King's Indian, giving an attack. So the idea now here is now don't see. I think sometimes Tim makes moves that are not necessary. That King H8 was not necessary, and definitely not here, unless he's going to put the rook on G8.
I think he's at one of those moments where he just doesn't know how to proceed. I think this is just something that we're seeing, and it's maybe the one problem that he has to solve in order to get that national master title.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a King's Indian player. I love the King's Indian, and
but you know what?
Whenever I'm
go ahead, finish your thought before I say this.
Yeah, whenever I'm on the white side, I love when black plays King H8 because it's such a waste of time, especially in this position.
But you know what? I'm curious as to how white looked like they had a clear spatial advantage, so I'm a little curious as to how black ended up locking the position.
Well, in these positions, the spatial advantage is not the King's Indian is the type of opening. And see, here comes the bishop back to C8. I just wasted moves. I'm a little frustrated with the way he's treating this beautiful King's Indian structure. You don't mind giving white the spatial advantage because the King's Indian as an opening is so versatile, and it's so dynamic that at any point in time, white can find himself in trouble if he doesn't treat his spatial advantage properly. And the idea is to make those threats on the king side. And here Timmy is concentrating on the center where he should have been trying to figure out ways to get his queen over to H8, the bishop onto the H6 C1 diagonal, and he just didn't do that. And when you don't treat an opening properly, you end up having problems. There's a free rook over on A7, and so again, I think he's going to find himself in trouble.
Wow.
And of course, he takes it.
Yeah, you got to take on. I mean, this is his last chance. Take on E3 and hopefully snap the pawn on D4.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, White can sacrifice and give the queen because
Remy, don't you bring your foolish concept.
Yes, he could. He could have. He very well. Ouch! What do we have here? Okay,
the last
maybe
hope
something
for Black. This is the last hope.
I think it's easily parried. Just king steps over and everything's fine. But there is this little shot here. Okay,
exactly.
All right.
Remy, let the professionals do this. He has problems on the H2 square, sir. The rook is also threatening to come down to F2, and there are some tactical combinations, not to mention this light square bishop is kind of lingering. White, if anything, needs to just go ahead and take the bishop and just get rid of that problem, and hopefully Black will just take back. That will kind of fizzle his position, but wrong take. You got to take, no, he should have took bishop. Okay, so...
This is an idea. This is an idea.
He can't even take that. Look,
this
is retarded. Oh, he's trying to hit the rook as well.
He's trying to hit the rook. He's giving life to that bishop over there on A3, and I think.
Okay.
I
so
think
do you take back,
take.
or do you just go queens to H4?
Queen H4,
which is easily parried
almost
by
Queen H4 is almost lights out.
Well, no. G3 is the queen holds the mating square, and you attack the queen.
No, I don't think so. Here we go. I think it's mate. Knight check. Pawn push. Knight check. Queen H.
Queen just takes
Queen
knight.
H3.
Queen just takes knight.
Queen takes knight. Yeah. All right. Good point.
But he only has 21 seconds, so Tim needs to parry him off just long. Oh, what? Come on, man.
Queen H3. Yeah. He was looking at the
now.
same thing I was looking at, forgetting that the queen is hit. Forgetting that the queen is hit. He had to play Queen H3. He had to be a little patient and play Queen H3.
Come on, Tim. You got to bliss that out, man. 21 seconds. See what you got. He can't afford to keep throwing these games. The score is now 4-1 in favor of Cameron Tolliver.
No, Tim just did that blink. He looked into the sky and did that blink. That's that blink of desperation.
If he was desperate, he definitely should have played for the time. I know it's not the most impressive, but you have to slow the bleeding down at this point because Cameron is on the road.
Yeah. If we can remember, we were commentating on a match, and that we had a similar position where one opponent was dominating the other, and the other opponent just slithered away, and it was so demoralizing. It turned around the whole match. So you're right. You have to take every opportunity to try to demoralize your opponent, because had Cameron lost that match, he would have been demoralized.
Now check this out. First of all, let me hit the chat up a little bit, show some love. Coach Angel, out of New York, of course, he says, based on pretty much your commentary, Remy, it doesn't sound like you're ready for Lamel. So how you feeling about this upcoming match versus Lamel McBride?
First of all, I've saved every single notation or note that anyone has put in any of the chats about what Lamel is going to do to me, and I've been using it as inspiration. And so I have saved every piece. So I'm looking forward to seeing Lamel. And I want Angel to know that after I spank Lamel, he's next. He's going to be a devil after I'm done.
All right. So there you have it, guys. Make sure next Friday you are tuned in for a classic match. We have National Master Lamel Mack out of NYC coming against Remy Atacola, the co-host here, yours truly, Mateproof, baby. And he's going to take on this guy in a 21-game cage match next Friday at the same time. So make sure you all are for that. I got the flyer on the screen, Remy. So we're expecting another CCB win from you, sir.
Absolutely. That's all we do. All we do is win, no matter what. And so Lamel's not going to be happy that he requested this match. I'm hoping that, he'll be able to go on with life as a coach. I'm hoping that he doesn't lose students after this. I'm hoping that his life can go back to normal after the match.
They're talking a bunch of trash in the chat, so we'll get back to them in a minute. I don't know why they
Yeah.
believe in
In
Lamel.
fact, if
He
I
barely
win,
survived.
I want Lamel students. I want him to give me his students.
Sounds like a wager.
That's right.
All right, so here it looks like Black clearly has some spatial advantages. Because we have the same color squared bishop, I don't even think that this is draw worthy. I think that Black just
It's
has a slight
yeah.
initiative, but they're gonna
Cam,
have to learn how to convert it though.
if Cam can find a way to corral his pieces around that pawn, Tim's going to have another uphill battle.
Oh,
That pawn,
wait. Rook takes, right? Rook takes again. King steps over, and can't the bishop go back door, or bishop f1 will solve it? Or can you push? But he'll step up and defend
I
his
don't think
piece.
pushing right now is the right move. I don't
I'm
think
talking
he
about the
wants to
rook
push.
exchange. Can he snap that h3 pawn, or I
I
think
think
bishop
so.
f1?
I think he can snap it. Yes, snapping that pawn is the way to go. And then
He should have thought a little bit longer. Counterplay by Tim, and now he goes to get the king. I mean, to get the pawn on g3. All right, so now, how do you break through this? Yeah, I think king just has to go
so
queenside, right?
it's looking a little more drawish. It's
I
looking
don't
a
know,
little more
Remy.
drawish.
Once you exchange the pawns on the king side, doesn't white get to the d file first?
I don't like the way.
Ooh,
I don't
you
think he
have
should
to,
have
yeah.
exchanged that.
Oh, he shouldn't have stepped up. Nope, he played that wrong. Now the pawn falls on the d file, like I said. So he's in trouble now.
He's in trouble. Yeah. Somehow he misplayed the end game. Even if White had gotten to the d file first, the Black would have been able to maintain an opposition, and he should have been able to hold a draw. But here he's going to lose a pawn. He's going to lose that pawn on the d file, and
Yep, he can go right back.
Tim is back into the game.
Yep, Tim won this. He's ample on time, ample on position, and there we go. He slows down the bleeding and brings himself a little bit closer to 500 with a 2-4 score.
So what's the score? 4-2.
4-2 in favor of Cameron Tolliver of Detroit.
I think now Tim can gain a little steam.
Let's hope so. I'm just not a fan of this opening choice for Tim. Maybe he has some prep that he thought he was ready for, but
I'm pretty sure this is prep. Now this is a very nice treatment. This is a very nice treatment of the King's Indian. Let's see if now he can do what he's supposed to do. Moves such as e5, f5 should be coming. So let's see if he can get that. Let's see if he can get those pawns rolling. He needs to play h6, and let's see if he can get those pawns rolling. Nice. Now let's see if he can. Very good. Now let's get it rolling. Let's get some more. Come on, let's go with g5, and let's get these pawns rolling down the king side.
So you're just gonna ignore the queen side right now, Remy? You just want to go straight
you have
g5?
to. In these openings, you ignore the queen side. You ignore the center as much as you can, and see he's wasting time trying to thwart and trying to defend what White is doing, and he can never get anything going of his own. And in these type of openings, that is very dangerous. You have to be very, very extremely skilled and have thorough knowledge to be able to defend it this way.
If he loses this, I say abandon this opening. I'm not satisfied with how he's playing in the middle game part of these
F5
positions.
is a nice, interesting choice because it loosens the
garbage.
D5
Just
pawn.
leave it. Just leave it, Remy. I've nodded your head up enough in these positions. You should know this.
Yeah, you have not, sir. You have not. You
Sir.
have fallen victim to this many, many times. Wait a minute.
What is this?
What is this? What is this? What is Cam seeing here?
Bishop f3, come snap the c6 pawn. He's looking for some counterplay.
I still don't see why he sacrificed the knight. I'm not understanding.
His positional mastery. I don't like this.
I don't like the sacrifice. I don't know if he gets enough. Now, what does he play? E4? Yeah. Okay. Now what he's looking for is a little pawn roll here. But I still think that Black has enough to handle.
Now that I look at it, Black does have to be careful here.
Black has to be careful, but I think he has enough.
I don't know. These pawns are going to pose a problem in 1 second. Yeah, I think he has to go there and allow the pawn to push, and then maybe reroute the knight to c5 and just
And now he's sitting. Yeah,
Total
Black.
steal.
That was very nice piece maneuvering by Tim. We want to try and slow these pawns down. And if he can slow the pawns down, then the sacrifice was for naught, and it should be an easy
Oh my
victory.
God,
Oh
it's
no, that's a
free.
free
What?
bishop. What is he doing? Free bishop. Oh
Tim.
my God. Again.
Oh,
Now the rook is hanging. Knights are hanging. Oh Lord.
this is painful.
The rook should come down. The rook should come down to b6, and it's a wrap.
You have to
Once
know how to
that
play
rook,
these positions. Get rid of whoever is in Tim's ear. Whoever. When we take a timeout, whoever can talk to Tim, abandon this opening. We have to call the coaches audible. Abandon this opening. I am not satisfied.
he just doesn't know what to do with. He had a very nice structure. The opening was excellent. He played it well. He just didn't know what to do with the position that he gained.
Well, I guess it's slide rook.
Oh, well, it looks like
coming in
there's no saving here.
Knight's coming in there. I mean, I think he's okay. I don't think he loses a piece, but clearly, I mean, white.
Well, he's only got 4 pawns. He's down 2 pawns, and that's a problem. When you've got a good player, and now the king steps up to f2, and now what? Okay, then rook d2.
Oh, he went in the corner. Oh. So there's some tactics that he can play here. He needs to do a decoy move with the bishop, slide the rook up, threatening this bishop, and then knight. Wait, nope, because there's nothing locking the king in. Never mind. All right, so at least he's snatching a pawn. Let's see if he can muster this. This is one of those heartbreaker games because clearly Cam is up. He's going for
rook
the
takes pawn.
No, he's going
but
for
he can't.
No,
he can't. He can't take anything because he'll lose the rook on e8.
Yep, and the rook coming down to the 7th rank is a problem as well. Black is he's gonna 7th rank. Yep.
Ooh, knight comes into f6.
I just don't like this.
Oh, why did he give him that hole?
Yeah, that's definitely a mating net. So he has to be very careful. But keep in mind, there's some tactics here. Yeah, he had to take that knight. Without taking the knight, you had rook capture on h7, king takes on h7, and then knight forks on f6, winning the rook. So he had to get rid of the knight.
Nice moves by Cameron, neutralizing any type of idea that Black may try and bring. He's neutralizing the ideas very quickly.
All right, I say aim for some. See if you can wiggle some type of draw or something out of this.
Yeah, there's no way. Cameron's playing very precise, but he only had 10 seconds. So.
And if he resigns, I'm gonna be highly pissed. Just blitz him, blitz him. Take the pawn, blitz him. Ooh, king. Yes.
Ouch. Ouch. Don't go into a discovery check.
He's gonna go back.
Uh-oh. Mate is afoot. I don't think he can escape mate. Sacrifice the rook.
6 seconds. Play the moves. He's gonna queen. Or he should have queen.
Throw another rook. Throw another rook in front of it.
Nope. Throw a rook here. Throw a rook here. Throw a rook here. What? No, there's not enough. You got to keep the rook on the board.
Keep the pawn moving. Yes. Mate.
Oh, what?
Wow.
Stalemated him.
Draw?
Are you kidding me?
What was that?
Just take the pawn. What a heartbreaker. What a heartbreaker. Oh, my God.
Wow,
that's bad. Now that's bad.
Game. Cameron had mate and gave him stalemate instead. Cameron had mate, rook takes mate, and delivered stalemate.
And that's why you never
that mate
do
was
that.
Very stale.
You never. Imagine if he would have resigned. See, that's a morale booster for Tim and a depressor for Cam. That's why you don't give up in these cage matches.
Once against me.
That's a morale booster for sure.
All right. So where are we? We're at 4.5, 2.5. That means we played a total of 8 games. There are 3 blitz games left before we get to the lightning portion. Thank you everyone who's tuning in. Oh, I'm way behind. Let's open up some of these. Sorry everyone who's been showing some love and support and following. Let me catch up. Thank you, Javer. Don't give me this saying his name wrong. Javert the Man. Is that his name? Thank you for following. Coffee Attack, Fide Trainer Net. Thank you all for following as well. Oh, I'm sorry. Right till death. Thank you. 7. So there are a total of 4 games left. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Ride Till Death. Let's check out some more of this game. All right. Now, when we started this, Remy, Cameron was down
Yep.
about 50 or 40 to 50 points differential. Because he's been winning the series, he's locking this score where they're now only 11-point rating difference.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And he's showing that he's probably not far off from Tim at all. And the way he's been playing looks a little stronger at this point. And it's understandable. There's two things that you have to understand when prepping for a match. Number one, it's one thing to understand and put together an opening, but it's another to understand the ideas of that opening. And it's clear that the ideas are not being followed through. Tim has had very nice positions out of the opening several times, especially out of those King's Indian positions, and just did not understand the ideas and what to do with them. So we see that you need both. This is something I'm going to teach Lamel Mack, and something I want him to teach his students during our match as well.
So I'm about to say, what is this? Okay, he steps in the corner.
He should have taken that. He should have taken that. That was not a good sacrifice by by Black, but I think White.
Yeah, I think Black
Tim.
Is fine.
I think he could have taken the bishop and survived.
Oh, absolutely, I do agree with that. Yeah. He's trying to be cute and go for this H7 mate threat. The dark squares are weak though, and now that this bishop is on F2, it doesn't really have the chance to come back and defend this diagonal. So it's really about which bishop can get back to that diagonal first. And you know what, Remy, I'm gonna set up something on the stream real quick, so I will be with you in a second. If you could just hang or handle the commentary for a second.
It sounds good. Let's look at some of the move choices for both sides here. It looks like overall Black has a better position, and as long as he holds, the only problem he has to solve is that knight that's not doing anything. Again, this is not good. Rook takes rook, and pawn takes bishop. And when the bishop retreats to hit the queen blocks the check, and so it was all for naught. Again, a bad sacrifice. However, a lot of things are possible when you're playing blitz. It is good to try because
that reminds me of Kevin Hart. Anything is possible.
You got to. I guess it's worth a try. And again, neither player wanted to take the sacrifice, so. It's good to go through analysis. Sometimes in blitz, if you don't want to go through analysis, if you can find a good move and stay solid, not taking a sacrifice can work. Wow. Is it mate?
Is somebody getting cream? Because I'm not looking at the game right now, but if somebody's getting cream, maybe I should go back and take a look.
Well, Tim is sacrificing the house to try and deliver mate to Cameron Tolliver, but I think he's just going to give him a draw. He's just going to run around here like a ring around the rosies position, and it's just going to be a draw. Ring around the rosies. Come back here. Cameron's going to try to run with his king, but Tim's going to keep saying, come back here, and it's a draw. Nice position. So the score is 5-3, Cameron. Well, we've had 2 draws. We've had 4 victories from Cameron, 2 victories from Tim, and 2 draws. Now, Tim had this opening. I'm not sure what the name of it is, but Tim got a very nice position out of this the last time around. Let's see if he can give it the proper treatment this time and follow through on some of the ideas. He's got a nice centralized D-pawn. It's stuck deep down into White's camp. White doesn't have the best structure. So let's see if Tim can follow through. This is a beautiful position that he has from the opening.
Thank you to Surya Mad Ricard Chess. Sorry if I said that name wrong. Thank you for the follow as well. Now, what did I miss while I was doing multitasking, Remy? Was that a draw the last game?
Yeah. Well, Cameron, Tim sacrificed a piece. He sacrificed the bishop on G6, and I believe that it could have been taken, but Cameron opted not to take it, and Tim found a sacrifice that delivered a perpetual check.
Cool.
And
So
this
let me
is
just
this
update
is
the
that
score.
position where Tim had before, where he got this overwhelmingly beautiful position, but botched it. He's got a similar position again. It's a beautiful position. I don't know what Cam did that he faltered the opening, but Black has this beautiful D pawn, and it's supported by that nice structure on C5, B6, and A8. Those pawns are beautiful. But Cameron is taking the right procedure,
Let me see, because
attack the pawn at its
yeah,
base.
this is one of the few games. Oh, you know what? So maybe I would recommend that just simply playing D4, D5 is a totally different outcome for Tim. So I'm liking this already. And oh, that's okay. He took on the G file, thought he could get something going, but to castle that side is a little weird. But cool. So I see what happened. So this is what I
Yeah.
meant. Switching up that opening made all the difference in the world. Tim now has an advantageous position. He should do this for the remainder. Do not divert back to that KID.
The rook lift in this position. See, I think the rook going to E6 is better than the bishop going to F5. I think he could have prepared that move.
No, I think it's
by
both. Where's the queen go?
I think that just pushing the pawn is sufficient. I think
What?
just playing
That's
just playing
murder, Remy. You
E3.
can't be serious. He
Yeah,
has to go
playing
queen
E3.
back. E3, you
Yeah,
just take
well,
the
see,
pawn.
playing E3 accomplishes two things. Well, number one, it gains the tempo on the bishop, and number two, it opens
Remy,
the
how does it
diagonal
gain?
for that
I'm
bad
sorry.
bishop on
Maybe there's
D2.
a glitch on your screen. How does E3 prevent D captures E3?
And then F captures.
And then bishop takes it as a queen to king fork. If the rook
Thank
is
you.
holding.
I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know
We
what I'm
canceled
saying.
the Lamel Mac match. Please. No, we don't want it. Cancel it. We'll reschedule it.
I don't know what I was looking at there. I did not see that rook. Oh, you know what it is? My iPad is covering the bottom of my computer screen, and I did not see the rook.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Yeah, I did not see the
You
rook
make
down
me
there.
nervous, Remy.
I did not see the rook down there at the bottom of the screen.
King Levine says he'll send you right back to commentary.
That is definitely worth. I definitely deserve that one.
Okay, so Terminator, I'm feeling a win here, Remy. I don't know about you.
Yeah, he's looking pretty good.
I think we're back at 5-4.
He's looking. Ooh, that's an unnecessary tempo. Now this time, the Cameron does find the right pawn move, and here it looks like Tim
he has to stay
again.
on the diagonal. So don't bite for the bait and go D4 because you'll get your bishop trap. Yeah, he has to stay on the diagonal because the king has to stay pinned with the pawn on F4, or else he would have lost his light square bishop. So thankfully he saw it, even though white is getting some big spatial advantages now. I think this is being mis. Oh, he's way down on time. I say I think this is misplayed, but I get why he's blitzing out the moves. Okay,
Yeah,
so
there's
white,
no way he's going to come back from this. He's just too far down on time. Tim can sack every single piece he has.
Well, just don't fall asleep, right? Because the G7 hookup with the rook and the queen can be a problem.
Pawn push, bishop block, take. There's nothing Tolliver can do here with 5 seconds.
Let's hope not. But I've seen worse. Bishop C6. Just try it. Of course. And now
Rook lift. I don't like that one because now he can push the pawn.
Yeah, you want to be.
I think he should have pushed the pawn. I think he should have played F6. Yeah, he should have played that last move.
Ouch. Nope. He can actually just take it. I think everything is safe. Okay, he loses on time. There we go. So 5-4 is the score. Tim is closing the gap. It is looking like it's going to come down to the blitz games.
This is one. So they only have 2 more.
2 more blitz.
They only have 2 more games.
The bullet games I meant. Did I say blitz games?
Now during the debate, D. Williams said that whoever wins the blitz portion would probably win the match, and this is looking like it's going to come out even.
Let's hope so. As long as he doesn't go back to that King's Indian, he should be fine.
Yeah,
Okay,
just
now
he was getting beautiful positions. It just seems like he didn't know what to do with the positions.
absolutely h4. You got to go knight. Yep, and then queen to e2, and that should be sold up for white. This should be an easy victory.
These are your types of positions, but it
Absolutely.
doesn't look like it's over.
It looks over to me. If you know what you're doing, it's over.
And so what's the follow? Because I'm thinking bishop e2, bishop
Queen.
e7. I'm sorry, and knight f6, and he should be able to hold. Ouch!
Now it's just a mate threat on h7. It's even sweeter.
Yeah, that's it. Ouch! Man, he
No, but
delivered that.
he got to play some moves correctly, but it's starting to look very. Oh, he should just went immediately h4. Okay, gotta be careful with the g2, but he can queenside castle. Can he play h4 now? Or maybe he can even sack on e6 or f7.
He's trying not to be too loose with the pieces. Cameron, if you make any mistakes, Cameron has shown himself to be very, very. Woo! I don't know what he's going to do here.
Got a queenside castle
And lose the knight, huh?
Yeah, he may
to
lose
b5,
the knight
to b4.
But, if you give up the queen, the attack fizzles and blacks takes the initiative. Yeah, so he has to. This is his best bet.
So okay, we've got
He played this so
b4,
wrong.
h5 here. b4, h5, pawn takes, check. King
Yeah, he
steps
played this
over.
so poorly.
I
Alright,
think you
and
got to
black
play
is going-
h5. That move I didn't understand.
No, it may be something to it, and the reason is that once he sacks on f7, having that extra rook on the file after the queen takes on g6.
But he'll never get a chance to do it. Queen takes, pawn.
All right, hold your breath. I've seen this
Or pawn.
position
No.
1,000
Pawn
times.
takes knight. Pawn takes knight. Let's play pawn takes knight. Pawn takes check. King
Absolutely.
steps over. Pawn takes check. King steps up. Yeah, no. He can't play it. White's attack is just too
Look,
fast.
If king steps over to king, so I have to check. Where does the king step, Remy?
He can't. The only square he can step to is
G7 or
G8.
G8.
He's got to go to G8. Yeah,
So if he
but
goes
then
to
the pawn.
G8, you just push pawn. Don't take. You push pawn G7, and then it's very difficult to stop mate.
No. The check is more forcing. You play the check because it's more forcing, and then delivering does a mate.
The check allows for the rook to hold the h7 square.
He can't hold it because the rook or the queen is going to come in on h7.
All right, just watch and learn, young man. Just watch and learn, young man. I'm trying to teach you.
Check.
You don't want to learn.
Check. The rook and queen are going to deliver mate together.
The rook allows for a defense. You're not listening, Remy. I've seen this 1,000 times. The rook allows for a defense. Thank you.
Well, he played your move.
Now watch. The rook is hanging. He has to answer to it.
What about pawn push check? What about pawn check?
And then just step over king b1. Yeah, it's fine.
He may have to sacrifice to pull that king out. Rook.
Yeah,
rook may have to.
Rook c1 may be his only move. Yep, rook c1. Whoa. This is dangerous. Can he take that and get away with it?
I don't think he
Terminator.
Can do that.
The Terminator. The queen holds b1 square, so king just steps to d1, but the queen's gonna. Yeah, I think this is all answerable. He has an answer for each.
King d1, yeah.
Yep.
The queen holds the b1 square. That doesn't matter. Just keep moving.
Uh-oh, I heard a big sigh. Queen f5. This is about to be the most intense bullet match of all time. Tim's internet is solid. Yes. So Tim did not rely on his home internet. He actually got in a place where the internet speed is not going to be an issue. So it would only
now,
be
in that situation,
checks.
did rook h8 check work?
Rook h8 check. Let me go back a couple moves. You're saying after bishop takes?
Yeah, after the bishop took pawn, rook h8.
Yep, rook h8 check.
So I think a tactic was missed.
Yep.
By Terminator.
Uh-oh.
And
Remy, you might be ready, baby. Put curtains on Lamel.
No. Casket. It's going to be more like a casket.
All right, that is an even series, and the last game is being played right now.
I can almost guarantee you this game is going to come out a draw. I almost can guarantee you this will be a draw. The first 11 games are going to come out completely even. Meaning this match is probably going to go to an Armageddon.
I don't know.
I'm just going based on what D. Williams said earlier. He said whoever wins this wins the match. And it looks like it's going to come out dead even. I am predicting a draw this round, it looks like these players are just evenly matched.
And they're getting these same positions too. For some reason, it looks like maybe Cam actually like having that G file open
And it looks like he did, but I
because
don't
this
think
is a
it's
repeat.
good. I think Black has a very nice. Um, I think Black needs to play moves like he should have played um, attacking the E file quicker and trying to go for that E2 pawn. But it just seems like his moves are so slow. Like he should have played Bishop G5 long ago, hitting that pawn and putting pressure on the E file. But the, the pieces are just moving so slow.
I think Gopal is picking on you. He's being sarcastic in the chat. He says Albin counter gambit, perfect opening for a quiet draw. I think that was sarcasm.
Uh, but I didn't say the opening was for a draw. I said this is going to be a draw. I just see this is I'm predicting a draw for based on what I've seen so far from the play. Tim's going to get a nice advantage in the opening, which he did, but just like Music is going to find a way to parlay all his threats, and Tim's going to find a way to just kind of wiggle and wangle, and then it'll be a draw at the end. Mark my words.
So, Bruce Wayne, you are 100% correct, my brother. There are plenty of interesting matches happening next week. Well, you know what? After this game, we're going to take a 5-minute break as they transition between the blitz and the bullet portion. And in that one, we're going to talk about the match coming up on Tuesday, a National Master versus a FIDE Master. Very interesting. So we're going to break all of that down for you. Just hang tight right after this game. We don't want anyone to miss any moves. Bruce Wayne been putting in work in the chess gym when you're jumping into the cage. It's about time for Jermaine to hit that cage again. He definitely paid his dues when he went against Romel. I don't know if you remember that one, Mateproof.
I do remember. I do. It was a slaughter, and he played like a master in that game. If we could go back to the game, let me give you a good example of what I'm talking about here. Tim had a nice opportunity to play Rook D6 and get his other rooks lifted, but instead he played A5, and now he's playing H5. So again, I'm looking at the way he's treating the opening. He's got this beautiful position where he could have put his pieces to show, just like Music, how bad it is to have that G file open, but again, he makes moves that are going to end him up in a nice, solid draw.
And I find it interesting. Guess who's tuned in on Lee Chess, watching all of the games, Remy?
Who's that?
This is International Master Max. Remember Max, who was in Chicago for a little while?
Nice.
Yeah.
Max is back.
He must have been upset that his student Steve got pieced. So he wants to see what all the hype is about, and he's tuned in to Max. So shout out to I am Chess Max USA, which is Maximilian.
Yeah, actually, because of the opening, I guess, has so confused Cameron that Tim is still going to end up winning this game on time.
I smell some problems.
I don't think Cameron's going to have enough time to solve them. I mean, that was the move here is simple. You have to take or play Rook F1, but he's taking a lot of time on simple moves. He could have done that long ago, but he used about 15 seconds to make that Rook take move.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and
so
now,
this one,
Black has some easy, annoying moves. So of course he's banking on. Okay, so he resigned. Let's chime in before they start another one.
Is that the end of the first round?
Yeah. So fellas, that is the end of the blitz portion. We have a score: Tim Donnahue with the 6-point lead over 5 to Cameron Tolliver. We're gonna take a break for about 5 minutes, get you something to drink, use the bathroom, and come back in about 5 minutes.
All right, sounds good.
Good blitz match, guys. Good blitz match. Both of you played strong.
Thanks, Remy.
All right, so
I started out a little slow.
So let's update the score real quick first, Remy, before we get into this match that's happening on Tuesday. That is 6-5 to Tim. All right, so everyone, we have 3 matches happening next week. Of course, we talked about how next Friday is Remy Atacola right here on your beautiful screen versus National Master Lamel Mack out of New York. But this coming Tuesday, God, baby, feel the bicep. Stepping into the ring, National Master GodDanielX taking on FIDE Master Kevin Cupid. He is also a streamer, so follow him on Twitch at Trini Cupid. He is from the Caribbean, representing Trinidad and Tobago. And this is going to be a formidable opponent, Remy, because not only is he a FIDE master, but he's also the two-time national champion for Trinidad and Tobago, and he's the current national champion
Nice.
for Trinidad and Tobago. So it's going to be interesting. I'm going to be ready for him. You know, I came on the stream one day showing him some love, and initially we were looking at you playing him, but since you already had a match, I said, let me just go in and fill him out for my buddy, because he called you out when I visited his stream. He specifically said, "This
He
guy
said,
Mateproof, I played him in the tournament, and I did not feel his strength at all." That was what he told me, Remy.
I know. People are going to get enough disrespecting this. After I see this, my match against Lamel is going to be more than just me beating Lamel. It's me beating all the naysayers. So it's Lamel, what I'm going to do to you, it's not about you, bro. It's not about you. It's about what everybody else has done. That's what's going to beat Lamel, what everybody else has said.
And then we have a legendary match. On Tuesday, the hosting will be done by the Jedi, baby. National Master James Canty. He is going to be live streaming on Tuesday. So make sure you tune in and catch some legendary commentary by him. And then we have one more at the end of that week. So I talked about Tuesday, my match versus FIDE Master, National Champion of Trinidad. Your match versus National Master Lamel Mack of New York City. But the featured match of the week is actually happening on Saturday. We have our first NBL Grandmaster match, baby. So make sure you guys are tuned in this Saturday. Let me go ahead and put the flyer up real quick. But we have Grandmaster Mark Ritty Blitz Paragua. All right, he is a monster. He is a member of the NBL. He's been participating all of season 3, doing his thing, taking the first place standings. He's always within first, second, or third. Every single arena, Team Blitz, Team Bullet, doesn't matter. And he's taking on International Master Zurab. You can find him on Lee Chess under Zurability. That's his name. And I don't want to mispronounce his last name, but I think it's Javakatsi. So I apologize if I said that wrong, but they're going to be wrangling this Saturday at the same time. Every match from Tuesday to Friday to Saturday will be at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. But I will be doing the commentary on Friday's match. If my illustrious co-host Remy can join me, it would be awesome.
Absolutely.
And then on Saturday, the Jedi will be back with a round 2 of great commentary to do the GM versus IM match. And the NBL has some fantastic surprises. There's some stuff that we can't release yet. But you guys, if you're not in tune with the NBL, we need you to go to Facebook right now and follow us. Look up National Blitz League. Make sure you're staying in tune with all of the cage matches, all of the team matches. And if you've yet to check out the beautiful website, visit www.nblchess.live. And that is how you can you will have a chance to see everything that we're doing. That is Tim talking to us. Let's tune back in. All right, Tim, Cam, you guys are back. Real quick before we go into the second portion, which is all bullet, another 10 games of bullet. Talk to us about your thoughts for that first half. And either one of you guys can start.
I feel like I started out a little slow. I needed a little more warm up, you know. So once I got the feel of you know, couple thumps to the head, I kind of woke up.
Absolutely.
There was a game. Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, Remy, real quick before you start speaking, I hear some feedback, so make sure your other one is muted.
I got you. I muted it.
All right, Cam. So what's your thoughts on that first half? Then Remy can take over.
Obviously, it was a pretty good start. That stalemate was just ridiculous. I mean, I don't know what kind of. I don't even know how I did that. Like,
that was a swindle.
Yeah, it was. You know, and I think that kind of messed me up.
I was ready to be mated.
In fact, yeah, that's what I was going to ask you, Cam, because you had mate, instead you still made it, and then after that, Tim picked up the momentum. So was it hard to shake that mentally?
Yeah, Bishop F6 was made. Yeah, yeah, I think that was a tilting game for me. You know, I just keep it up. I mean, Bullet's a whole other game. I mean, I could be up 5 games in the next 3 minutes. You know, so
absolutely.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's just an important lesson for those who are watching or who are going to step into the cage. You have to know how to hit it and deliver it, or if you mess up, mentally throw it away and just keep rolling.
All right, gentlemen. So the score again is Tim 6, Cameron Tolliver 5. We are going into the final 10 games of the bullet match, but let's be clear up so you guys know what to expect at the end. If in the end somehow we got to a draw score, there will be a sudden death Armageddon match where you will play 3 games, all bullet, and the best of 3 will win the overall match, okay? So that is how it's going to work because since it's such a close score, we want to make sure you guys are aware of that. You both still have your one time out, so use it whenever you feel the need to. But with that being said, we're going to mute our lines and good luck to the both of you. You may begin.
Thank you.
All right, so we are bracing everyone for the remaining bullet games, and we are off to our first one. Sincere Chess says Mark is going to crush that guy easily. All right, just don't be so sure. Every time you guys are so certain and sure about matchups, it turns out to be like this, 6-5. You guys were sure about the Dominic Myers versus Lamel Mack matchup. It turned out being right down to the wire. Some of you guys were sure about me and Sean Martinez match. It came down to an Armageddon final 3 games. I mean, you guys are always so sure, but it never turns out to be these landslides that you guys claim it to be. Remy, are you make sure your mic is on because I don't know if you're talking or not.
Okay, that's it. Now can you hear me?
I can.
There we go. Okay, great.
Sincere Chess says I'll bet money on myself against all these guys. what's your rating, Sincere Chess? Because usually when people talk like that, you find out that they're about 1,600.
I
So
always
it's
love
like,
that.
really?
I always love the bravado.
Yeah, it's a part of chess. You gotta have it.
I don't know why Tim is so anti rook lifts. These rook lifts are
maybe it's
so
just not
strong.
a concept. You know, chess is one of those games that you're gonna get into your grooves. You're gonna do what you're most comfortable and most familiar with doing. Now he can't take that. Come on, we got mate nets on G2. Are you kidding me?
I guess he says he knows how to parlay.
Queen H5, Bishop H3. Come back with the queen. There's nothing he can do. Rook, or else he's gonna lose the exchange. Okay, he didn't want the rook. I don't know what this is.
What?
I don't know what this is.
Why? Oh my God!
Yeah.
See, Cameron was not convinced that Tim knew what to do. But it's bullet. It's hard to see all the correct moves in bullets.
It's not.
Easier to see from
It's not. It's not. Remy,
ouch,
stop making excuses for these guys. It's no excuse.
Both players are losing pieces.
This looks like you and Steve. The chess devolves from 2,200 to about 1,700. This is exactly what I'll be talking about.
That's funny.
Now they're blitzing, playing random crazy moves.
Oh goodness!
Rook is free for 5 moves.
What is happening here?
This is the cringe stuff that I tell you. Take the pawn at some point. Oh! Cameron pulls out the victory. And the score is now tied 6-6.
I don't know. They were not playing chess at the end there. They were not taking pieces there. They were hanging queens, hanging rooks, hanging pawns, hanging everything. That's the kind of chess we like to see. These guys are battling it out. They don't care. That's how you have to play bullet chess.
No, that's not. Please do not take any pointers from that last game. That is not how you play bullet chess. Bullet chess is only ugly, Dynamic Chess Inc. when you don't know how to play it. Bullet is beautiful if you're a fast thinker and quick with your wrist. It's a beautiful game.
Now, I don't think you should say the quick with your wrist thing. It just kind of puts a different connotation on things.
Remy,
this is a family show.
This is. All right, so now Black clearly has an advantage. Just give yourself a little bit of air, and you should be fine. Don't do the dummy.
But he definitely has an advantage. But the problem is, in these types of situations, what you try to do is try to find the most accurate moves, when actually you don't need to. You just need to make strong moves. But Tim should have played the strongest defensive move, King D1, and tried to make Black find the answer. But he made it easy.
Easily answered by Rook to F1, sir.
There was a free queen there. I don't know why he didn't take it. Cameron didn't take the free queen, and he was not under time trouble. So I don't know why he didn't take the free queen. But there again, there's bullet for you.
I just don't approve of you guys saying that this is bullet. It's just trash bullet chess. I don't don't even know what's going on here. White is doing
It's
decent in
definitely
yellow
ugly.
time. Yeah,
It's definitely ugly. That's for sure. Oh,
free
that's a
bishop,
free bishop.
and he didn't even want to
What?
take it. Interesting. All right, knight comes in, and Terminator loses another game on time. Cam officially takes the lead. It is now 7-6. All right, I'm getting nervous again, Remy.
I think in these positions, Tim is going to probably do a lot better because you have to move more instinctively. And I think sometimes you'll find that, oh my God, he dropped a piece. You're right. I was dead. I was dead wrong.
Queen capture, and he
What
doesn't
in the
want it.
world?
He's going for the mate on G7.
What in the whoa? What just happened?
He was going for the mate on G7. You just didn't see it. It was a bullet pre-move. You know.
Oh, I
He
see. Okay,
expected
okay.
Tim to castle, and he was just gonna mate on G7.
Oh, that's that can be a problem.
I just completely made that up. It was just trash.
Oh my gosh, what in the world happened? The position just took an awful turn.
I'm very nervous. Come on.
So White
Definitely a
should
piece, but
easily
slow.
win this one. Just take and hit the weakness. Yep.
Oh, Harlem Knight 404. He says bullet is not beautiful. But since I saw your name, Harlem Knight, we have to talk about how someone reached out on behalf of, I believe it's you, and said that you wanted to sink your teeth in an NBL cage match. You told us that you had registered, and you said a specific name that you wanted to play. So I'm going to go ahead and put that out on the broadcast. I don't know if my boy Joseph Gasson is tuned in, but Harlem Knight, or no, I don't think it was 4. Was it 404? Harlem Knight 404, are you the same person that reached out for an NBL cage match? Let's verify that first before I attribute, the wrong characteristics to you. All right, at least Tim is moving faster. Don't take the pawn, of course. And now it's not looking good. Ouch.
Not looking good.
And he
Not
checks
looking
him.
good. He can check him and
Yeah, he should have took another
yeah, he
check
should
as
have
well.
checked him and kept the queen.
Let's see how Cam is built. Is he built like that where he can mate this fast?
Mate.
Oh, he does
Wow.
it. He does it.
Killing me.
Wow.
That
he
is
was
now
very precise on that game. Very
8-6.
precise.
Remy, I'm sorry. We're gonna take off our NBL commentary hats for a second, and we now have to put on our NBL our CCB hats, our Chicago Chess Business hats.
All right.
And I just want to ask, what do we do with this Cam guy if he does pull out today's match?
Man, I think we have to, number one, give him some serious props because he just flew through the blitzers, which is very, very difficult to do.
He didn't fly well. Let me say that.
He smashed Pawn. And
I did hear that he smashed Pawn. I didn't even know that.
Smashed Pawn, and Pawn is a CCB. He, as my son put it, serial killed Steve. My son said he didn't just kill Steve; he serial killed him. In fact, he said Tolliver should be featured on the show. One of those shows, How to Catch a Serial Killer, or something like that. He said because of the way what he did to Steve. So, and then not only that, he
I think Tim found a way to win this one. By the way, he's traps the queen. But I'm listening. And then he did what after he serial killed Steve?
But you know what? He did not beat Murphy. He lost to Murph.
Now this is I'm sorry. You have a famous question that you tend to ask people, Remy. Can you ask it real quick?
Are you stupid?
Are you stupid? Okay. These guys.
The reason I asked that question is because I want to know before I respond if the person has a mental deficiency. Because if they do, then their question or the things that they say makes sense because their mental deficiency allows for that.
By the way, that's a win for Tim, so that's 7-8. But let's get back to this. Are you stupid? D. Wildman says God is next. He said this name Daniel Jones. I don't know what that is.
Oh my
But in other words, he was saying God is next. Are you retarded? Do you have a mental deficiency?
That's what we need to know right now, D. Wildman.
That will prevent you from thinking clearly.
Do you have some type of, deficiency in your noggin that caused you to ask questions like that? Because if so, then we can understand and allow the question.
And before I even pursue this and give it its energy, first I want you to just tune in on Tuesday and watch me serial kill What's this guy's name? Trinidad national champion.
Nice.
Kevin Cupid. So after you watch me serial kill him, then tell me that you want this guy in the ring with me, because there's levels to this, and I don't know how you just jump from Tim to God, but there may be a few other people that you might want him to see first before he steps in the ring with me.
Now, if Tim is able to pull this out against the Terminator, which is very possible because the match is extremely close. In fact, he has the lead right now, so it's very plausible. Although Tim is making a serious comeback, if he's able to pull this match out, what should be done? I mean, he's flying through the whole rotation. Like, oh my God.
I mean, this is looking kind of good for him too. Oh, he dropped. Did he drop a piece? I think he did.
He dropped a piece. He just dropped a piece.
He has a pawn advantage, but he didn't look to drop that piece.
Yeah, mentally, and sometimes when that happens, it's hard to. There's more material to be gained. Oh, Tolliver had check, knight, knight takes pawn. Oh man, he had coming down. It was just brutal. But he missed the combination. That happens sometimes.
And now Black has the initiative with the time advantage.
Black has the initiative. Get that pawn rolling and steal that pawn. Keep pushing.
Yeah, Terminator might tie this one up. And now the pawns fall on the queen, on the king side, and now, So that is
the match is tied.
Yep, that is a tied match, 9-9. I mean, I'm
What's
sorry,
the
8-8.
score, you know?
8-8.
It's 8-8.
Yep.
8-8.
What?
Yeah.
What a match. Tim kept his composure the whole way. He never looked concerned or never looked nervous the whole time. Tolliver has kept that same focused look the entire match.
Figgy 911. Remy, can you ask your question one more time?
Are you stupid? Are you stupid?
That is to Figgy 911. He says, I want to play GodDanielX. What's good? I need a punching bag before my match. First of all, Figgy, we don't want you to hide behind your Twitch handle. So first of all, tell us your real name so that we know exactly who we're talking to.
Exactly who you. We want to know who you are, sir.
Yeah. So let's see him answer that before I respond. I want to know who I'm talking to.
Absolutely.
All right, so Cameron is definitely moving faster this game. I don't think he liked the time crunch that he's been in.
Yeah,
he got a 10-second differential.
I mean, sometimes in Bullet, a 10-second advantage is very, very difficult to overcome. In fact, almost impossible.
That's a piece. 10-second differential in Bullet, unless you're super fast with a mouse, that is a piece.
Yes, it is. Exactly, it's a piece. 10 seconds is a piece. So right now, Tolliver is up a piece. Ooh, and mating combinations are afoot. Ouch!
Yeah, this
yes, he has to take that knight. It's check. Take that knight.
Yep.
Ooh, and he misses the. Oh, mate. He blundered mate.
Ooh, that one stung a little bit. He takes the lead now, 9-8.
Tim has been playing very, very good with the black pieces, though. He's been getting very, very nice positions. And, he just like music canceled into this attack. I would say keep pushing. Keep pushing on H5 next. Let's go.
Now, I think if earlier in the match, if Tim would have showed that he had some skill with breaking through on the king side, I think Cam would have second-guessed castling king side. But both of them had several games where I saw the pawns in prime position on the 4th and 5th rank already, and neither one of them broke through the side. So,
this is so funny because that knight hung on F6 for about 3 or 4 moves. Neither player, it's like neither player wanted to. Tim didn't want to defend it, and Cam didn't want to take it. I love Bullet.
Now he cannot take this knight, of course, right? Rook G3 will be a lead to a mate. So, he's throwing the kitchen sink at this guy.
I think the knight belonged on F5 and not the bishop.
Yeah, he's throwing the sink at this guy. He's hoping something lands.
All right, let's go. Bishop takes knight.
Yep. No. Yeah. Bishop takes. Oh, why did you take with the rook? Bishop.
Well, that was good too. That's good too. Everything is good. Everything is good here.
I apologize. Queen good. H3. I missed.
That's everything is good. Everything is good. Yeah. I thought he was going to do it by taking the knight, but actually the way he did it was better because the queen, after taking the knight, would have been able to help with the defense.
I wonder, was there a follow-up? if he goes king f2 instead. Was there a follow-up?
I think the same. I think the knight. Let's pull up the position on the analysis board.
I don't want to take away from the view of the game.
All right, absolutely. I'll go back and look.
I mean, there's so much trash being discussed in the chat. What is going on?
What are they saying? What are they saying? I'd like to know some of the chat being discussed.
So I guess the 911 guy that we talked about earlier, that someone is saying that was Alex. I'm assuming Alex out of New York, maybe. That's just not it. This is definitely 2200s level bullet chest, so someone's really ridiculing the bullet.
When you get under pressure, a lot of different things occur. I think Tim should have taken with the D pawn instead of the F pawn, and I think he would have had a
National Master. Whoa, draw. Okay, National Master Dominic Myers made an excellent point.
9.5.
Okay, he told him.
After this game, I'm going to take a timeout.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think this is the last game, regardless, I think.
So
two more games?
Yeah, they got 2 more games. Fellas, just to be accurate, that is 2 more games left.
Okay.
All right.
What was the point Dominic Myers made?
Yeah, he said that in the pregame debate, he said Derek Wilder may have called it. He said they are pretty even in the blitz portion. So remember, D said that one of them will win by 1. He said
yes,
it will come down. He gave it to Cameron Tolliver. Of course, that's his native hometown hero. But it's looking like his score prediction is going to be pretty accurate because it is coming down to the end.
It is coming down to the end. 2 games left, and it looks like Tim has a nice attack here, and it's over. He is going to mate Tolliver here. The pawn push. The bishop comes in and game and lights out.
Yeah, this is nasty. Bishop is gonna go.
The bishop comes in.
Light square bishop will come in.
Light square pawn check.
It's a party.
Oof. Oh my lord. Okay. Bishop back. Let's go back to G4. What? Bishop G4 discovery check was game.
Yep.
Bishop check. Oh, bishop checkmate.
I don't know.
Still there.
Okay, there it is.
Still there.
All right, so that is real quick. He said he's calling the timeout. All right, fellas, do you need that timeout before the last game, or what are you guys gonna do?
Cam, it's up to you. I'm up 1 game, right?
You're up 1 game.
Yeah,
0.5 to 9.5.
I'm ready.
Oh, he said he's ready. Okay, mute my mic.
All right, here it is. This is the match. Now, Steve said before the match that Cam will choke. Will that be the case?
So he's correct. So he's correct as well. Is that what you're saying? Instead of
what are you saying? That it's possible. We need to see here if Cam will choke, and it's not looking good. Cam's already down 6 seconds, 7, 8. Oh my gosh, Cam's down 10 seconds. He's down a piece. What is he doing? Cam even looks frozen. His internet must have gone out.
Oh, snaps. Okay, he came back.
Yeah, his internet is out. I don't know. It seems like it's just not right to lose that way. After such a beautiful match, to lose because your internet goes out. What a tragedy. But it was obvious because he's frozen on our screen.
All right, he looks like he's back active.
There's no way he's going to be able to recover those 10 seconds. Donnahue was just too strong.
All right, so remember, to all of the NBL viewers out there, if it comes down to a tie, which is 10.5 to 10.5, we will give them a brief break, and they will go into a sudden death battle of Armageddon, where they will both play a total of 3 bullet games, and the person that wins, of course, 2 out of the 3 or all 3 will be tonight's champion. But it doesn't look like it's going to make it there.
Bishop check.
I think we have some H-foul problems. Yep, and that is ball game. All right. Remy,
Wow.
you can
bro.
start the commentary and ask these guys some
Yeah, good
questions.
match. I
Absolutely. This
disconnected
what
for
a
like 20
match.
seconds. I couldn't believe it.
Really? Is that what
Yeah,
that was?
yeah.
What a match. Cam, did you freeze? Did your internet go out?
I disconnected for like 20 seconds.
What happened?
I disconnected. It said reconnecting.
Oh yeah, you froze. Your internet must have gone out because you froze on our screen as well. And unfortunately, there's nothing in the cage match rules or in the NBL. There's nothing that allows for what happens. You know, that's just what happens in bullet chess. And there's nothing. Uh, there's no recompense for you. I'm sorry, my friend.
Rem here, Chris.
And the chat is not being easy on Cam either. They have some chokes. They're saying even the Detroit internet chokes. They got a
Yeah.
They're saying
I'm
Chicago
sorry,
internet
Cam.
wins. But on a serious note, you guys both played a phenomenal match. It was a lot closer than what the initial comments were that I saw in the Twitch chat. But you guys both played a hell of a match. What are some of the thoughts going through your head as you guys, now unwind and get the blood pressure down?
What's the final score?
11.5 to 9.5. Tim is the winner.
Wow. Yeah, Cam played tough, man. I mean,
Man, it was a tough match.
He's a tough player. Very tough.
Cam,
That
what's
was
going through your mind right now, my brother?
You know, it was a good match. Like I said, it was a lot closer than a lot of people thought. I don't know who had bets out there, but if they gave me they gave Tim a few games or whatever, I bet they're happy right now. But I'm
But don't worry about that. Whoever puts up their money, that's their dilemma. That's their issue. You played a hell of a match. You played some good
Cam,
games.
you played a great match, Cam. Again, I mean, we were even worried at one point. We were saying, man, if he beats Tim, who else can we throw? Who else can the CCB throw at Tolliver? He's just wiping through everybody. But fortunately, Tim was able to show that Terminator steel, and he's back.
I'm back.
Now, I do think we have some instructive things. Now, was it strategic for you, Tim, that midway through the match you kind of left the King's Indian defense alone? Was that a strategy of yours?
Yeah, I felt like it was up his alley.
Yeah.
So I wanted to bring something that he probably is not used to. So that's when I went to the Alvin counter gambit. Thanks. Shout out to Max for prepping me on that.
Absolutely.
Nice.
It was a huge difference. I think you might have some instructional games there, Cameron, about how to dismantle the King's Indian defense when it's not as aggressive as it should
be. Exactly. You played it very well. I do feel, Tim, that you had some very nice positions coming out of that King's Indian, but you just didn't capitalize on them. Your positions were great. Coming from another King's Indian player, I just felt that you didn't use some of the, thematic strategies.
I'm really not a King's Indian player. I'm just learning it. So
that's what it is. It was obvious because you were treating it like it was, normal lines where you were coming back and defending, things that you should do. But in the King's Indian, all of that goes out the window.
Yeah. I definitely.
But it was a great match. It was a great match. You still were able to recover, even though Cam went up about 2 or 3 games in the beginning. You were still able to recover. I back.
Yeah, I think he hit me with 4 straight.
Yeah, but once Cam didn't follow through on that mate, it's like you were able to turn things around.
I had to do something.
So, gentlemen, before we let you all, go ahead, Cam. It sounds like you were saying something.
Yeah, I think that stalemate was definitely a turning point because it was just very disturbing what I did. But
yeah, because I got 2 draws. I got 2 draws, a stalemate and a draw, back to back, and then that's when it kind of turned around a little bit.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we got to end this stream, guys. But before we leave, I know, Cam, you've had a fair share of CCB members. Is there another city that you may have sights on, or someone you want to play?
I already have my pick ready. But he's a CCB guy, one of your new guys.
Let's call him out.
Jonathan J. Lane.
Oh, Kel, baby. Mr. Kel. I didn't see him commenting tonight, so he may not have caught the match. But Jonathan J. Lang, JJ Lang, baby. The infamous. You have been called out by Cameron Tolliver. Make sure you set that guy. I know Nathan is in the chat waiting to hear some juicy names. So we'll be in touch about that. And then, Mr. Tim, Today's champion. Who would the champion like next?
Who would I like next? I don't know. That's a good one.
Just give us 3 names off the top of your head. You don't even have to pick one. Just give us 3 names off the top of your head.
Angel Lopez, Lamel Mack, Lamel, and who else?
He wants some
You can
New
have
York
you
City.
can have what's left. You can have what's left.
Hey,
of
after
Lamel.
Remy's done with Lamel, I'll take him.
Yeah. We're gonna toss him around. We're gonna toss him around.
Mr.
We're gonna share
Levine,
him.
you've been called out. He said after your next Friday abuse that Remy will put on you, he wants second dibs. He wants sloppy seconds.
Yeah. You can have what's left of him. I'll just give it to you, Tim. I'll give it to you for free.
Sounds good, my man.
We'll both have him.
All right, so again, thanks guys for coming out tonight. All of the viewers, we've been at the 70s and 80s marks all night as far as views. Dominic Meyer says, "Dang, he won all of New York." Absolutely. So check it out, guys. We have some great matches coming up next week. Don't forget to tune in on Tuesday. GodDanielX, yours truly, is taking on FIDE Master Trini Cupid, the 2-time national champion of Trinidad and Tobago. We're getting it in on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. Same thing on Friday, same times, but we have the co-host here, Remy, Mateproof Atacola, taking on National Master Lamel McBride.
Damn, baby.
So make sure you tune in to that one on Friday. Tuesday's match will be done by yours truly. I see him commenting in the chat. The Jedi GM Canty will be live in the studio booth doing the commentary on Tuesday. You will see myself doing the commentary for Remy's match on Friday. And then on Saturday, we have our strongest match to date. Grandmaster Mark Paragua, Ritzy Blitz of the NBL, is taking on International Master. It was that difficult name. What was Zurab. Zurability on Lee Chess. Okay, so that is the GM versus International Master match. Make sure you tuned in Saturday at the same time. We will see you guys next week. Thanks, Harlem Knight. Yep, Java. We'll see you guys next week for all of the fantastic chess. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, National Blitz League, and also check out our website on www.nblchess.live. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Good games, Cam.
Good games.